Hello everyone! In this latest video by Africa Rebound, we highlight a global technological shift that's certain to weaken Africa's population advantage within the next decade or two. Industrial robotics is fundamentally transforming manufacturing processes globally by introducing unprecedented levels of automation, precision, flexibility, and data integration. For clarity, industrial robotics is the use of robots or machines resembling human beings to perform automated tasks in an industrial environment, such as assembly, manufacturing, and materials handling. Industrial production is shifting away from traditional assembly lines dependent on human labor towards smart, connected, and highly efficient factories that operate autonomously 24/7. With little to no human intervention, allowing them to run lights out in the dark. Industrial robotics delivers 4 key advantages. 1. Robots excel at repetitive, high-precision tasks, 24/7 without fatigue. This increases output dramatically, significantly reduces error rates and material waste, leading to higher overall performance. 2. Unlike fixed, dedicated machinery, modern collaborative robots can be quickly reprogrammed and redeployed for different tasks. This flexibility enables manufacturers to efficiently satisfy rapidly changing market demands. 3. Robots are no longer isolated machines. They are, in fact, nodes in a networked, interconnected ecosystem. Equipped with sensors, they generate vast amounts of data for quality control, predictive maintenance, real-time optimization, and fully synchronized supply chains. 4. Robots handle dangerous tasks like welding, lifting heavy materials, and working with toxic substances, drastically improving industrial safety. This technological shift severely invalidates the classic economic development strategy under which emerging economies attract foreign manufacturing investment by offering a low-cost, low-skilled labor force. Therefore, the basis of corporate decisions for factory location is fast-changing. Let's break this down a little. First, consider the total cost of ownership. While a robot has a high upfront cost, its long-term operational cost often becomes lower than the cost of human workforce, even in low-wage countries. Robots earn no wages. Neither do they go on strike. Next, consider proximity to markets. When labor cost is less of a factor, other considerations start to dominate. Manufacturing can be reshored or nearshored to be closer to the target consumer markets, for example, in North America and Europe, which drastically reduces shipping costs, lead times, and supply chain vulnerabilities. And finally, there's the need for essential skills, not just low cost. The new manufacturing floor requires technicians, programmers, and engineers to maintain and oversee robotic systems. Therefore, a strategy based solely on cheap, unskilled labor is becoming obsolete. Countries now need to compete on modern infrastructure, economic stability, and a skilled workforce, not just low-cost labor, driven by large population. Before we highlight the impact of industrial robotics on Africa's economic development aspirations, let's first showcase the top 5 countries currently at the forefront of global industrial robotics, in ascending order from number 5 to number 1. At number 5 is the United States, which is a major consumer of robots and a leader when it comes to innovation, especially in software, artificial intelligence, and integrated systems. The recent push for reshoring manufacturing is also driving adoption of robotics across the country. Some key companies are Boston Dynamics, known for their advanced mobility robots, Tesla, which is pioneering highly automated gigacastings, and Symbotic, a leader in warehouse and logistics automation. Next at number 4 is South Korea, a leader in robot density, or the number of robots per 10,000 employees. South Korea's robot density is more than 1,000 robots per 10,000 workers, which is the highest globally. Some of the key companies are Hyundai Robotics, a major manufacturer of industrial robotic arms, and Doosan Robotics, which is a leading force in collaborative cobots, or robots that work safely alongside humans in a shared workspace. At number 3 is Germany, with a big focus on precision engineering and integration of robotics into its high-value manufacturing in the Fourth Industrial Revolution, or Industry 4.0. Some of the key companies include KUKA, which is a global giant in industrial robots, and was recently acquired by Siemens, and of course Siemens itself, which leads in the software and control systems that power automated factories. Next at number 2 is China, which is without a doubt the world's largest and fastest growing market for industrial robots. Driven by rising labor costs and ambitious government initiatives like Made in China 2025, China is now both a massive consumer and an increasingly powerful manufacturer of robotic technology. In fact, China accounts for over half of all new industrial robot installations globally each year. Some key companies include Xiaosun, which is China's largest domestic robot manufacturer, as well as Eston Automation. Chinese electronics giants like Foxconn are also among the world's largest deployers of robots. At number 1 position is Japan, the world's most prolific manufacturer of industrial robots. Japanese companies have set the global standard for reliability and innovation in robotic hardware. Japan truly dominates both the production and exports of robots. Major Japanese firms like Fanuc, Yaskawa, Kawasaki, and Mitsubishi Electric together account for around half of the world's industrial robot supply. Now, what does this mean for Africa? Of course, the rise of robotics doesn't mean African nations should abandon manufacturing. Instead, it calls for a strategic pivot. Africa has a unique opportunity to bypass the traditional, labor-intensive industrialization model, just as it leapfrogged landlines for mobile phones. Therefore, African governments should promote and incentivize the adoption of advanced automation and smart technologies from the outset in special economic zones and industrial parks. This way, we can create high-value, competitive manufacturing hubs rather than competing in a race to the bottom on wages. It is noteworthy that advanced manufacturing requires reliable, high-quality electricity, high-speed internet, and efficient logistical connectivity. Therefore, it's crucial for African governments to prioritize this infrastructure. In conclusion, industrial robotics is not just a technological upgrade. It's a paradigm shift that rewrites the rules of global manufacturing and economic competition. From Shenzhen in China to Seoul in South Korea, robots are humming, where human hands once labored. On the factory floors of the 21st century, speed and precision are no longer human virtues. They're robotic ones. As the world's industries automate, Africa stands at a crossroads. Cheap labor, Africa's strength, is fast losing its appeal. Yet within this challenge lies a historic opportunity to leap from assembly lines to intelligent industries. The question is no longer if robots will take over manufacturing, but whether Africa will seize the technology as opportunity for transformation or watch another industrial revolution pass by. Thanks for watching.